What it do, it's your
What up, what up, what up?
round special edition, part 2. We're going to go over and recap the Detroit Tigers 3-0 win over the Cleveland Guardians. But I'm going to let you know who we in the house like we always do. Starting off with you, Mike.
What up, y'all? It's Mike. Y'all can find me at @1pride_JR on Twitter.
Rich. Rich, you on mute.
Richard, you're on mute.
Richard, you can find me at Riggs928 on the X.
And Chris.
Hey, I'm Chris. I'm a crazy hockey fan on X. I'm also on Facebook, and I'm also on Instagram.
All right, let's talk about this game too. Let's talk about real quick what we went over and how we win the game. Let's start off with Screwball's great day. Chris, I'm gonna let you talk about little Screwball on his great day that was winning game 2.
Yeah. So Scooble had an outstanding, probably one of the best performances I've seen in many years. I mean, he went against stellar pitching in Cleveland. I mean, look at that. 3 hits, 8 strikeouts, no walks or runs. Even when he got in a little bit of trouble, he got out of jam with some great defensive plays. I do believe he had like 2 or 3 double plays to get him out of innings. I mean, every great pitcher has an awesome defense to back him up, especially during a playoff run. You need that because you're going to have times where you have laps in your pitching. It just happens. But Scooble is all in everything you want in a Cy Young Award winner. I can't ask for anything more. Absolutely not.
Rich, your thoughts on Screwball's day?
Man, I thought he was fabulous. Even when we all have a personal chat on the phone that we do. And when he got in a little bit of trouble there, I think it was runners on the corners with 1 out. I was like, he'll get out of this. He's done it all year. That's where he's improved as a pitcher. When he was younger in his beginning years, that was his struggle point. He got into trouble innings, but now he has worked out of them and get the double plays, gets the strikeouts when he needs to. It seems like every outing he has that one bad inning, but other than that, dude does everything to keep you in the game. Like I thought he was fantastic.
Mike, your thoughts on Screwball's great day?
Yeah, I agree with both of them. I thought he was phenomenal. I missed the game, but I was getting updates. Like Rich said, we got a chat that's going on, so the chat was going crazy. So any minute I got a chance to step away for a bit, I was looking at the chat, looking at the scores, see what's going on. But, man, he did his thing. 3 hits and 7 innings. And then I saw it a couple innings where he got in kind of the bind with 1 out or so, and he was able to get double plays back-to-back. So that was pretty nice, man. He did his job like he's been doing all season.
I got a question for y'all. Has he solidified the Cy Young award?
Oh yeah, I thought he solidified it before the playoffs even started. And
I mean,
I don't know what you say, Chris.
No, I was going to let you finish. Something popped into my head, but I want to let you finish.
No, you go if you got an idea.
No, I was going to say so technically, we'll put the little air quotes up there. Technically, it's a regular season award. It has nothing to do with the playoffs. But I will tell you that I'm sure if it was a close race, the playoffs would have an indicating value on there. But technically, the voting's supposed to be done at the end of the regular season. But
yeah, I think the same thing. That's what I was gonna get into too. Like I think it's like the NBA, the MVP for the NBA is the same thing. It's a regular season award, but and its cutoff is supposed to be there. The playoffs are supposed to be indicative to who's winning the award in the regular season. But hey, like Chris said, like even if that is a minor thing that gets put on top of there, like hey, I mean, you can't even argue it at this point. I don't even think he could argue it when the regular season was done. Like he's clearly the AL Cy Young winner. Like we were just debating this about a week or two ago, and we were like, who would the second guy even be? And then all we could come up with was the closer for Cleveland. Like if you're coming up with a closer, and he's phenomenal, even though he gave up that 3-run bomb, he's phenomenal. He's the best, arguably the best closer in baseball. But doing him versus Scuba, who goes out there on the mound every start after start after start, and he's going 6, 7, maybe 8 innings. Like I don't think you can compare those two. So I think the fact that the second best betting favorite is a closer, and then 3 and 4 are starting pitchers, I think that says enough in itself that it has to be to Rick Scuba.
Yeah. If he doesn't get all the first place votes, there's always one person that knows he's going to get it regardless, so they'll give him a second place vote and give somebody else a first place vote. But he should be a unanimous Cy Young. Like there shouldn't be any. Should get all the first place votes, but we'll see.
Rich, your thoughts?
Hold on one second. Man, I thought he had in the bag already. And it's a regular season award, so I don't even think they judge the postseason. But if it showed you anything, Scuba's a true starter and does it classe. If you look at his appearances compared to his innings coming into yesterday's outing, he literally only pitches 1 inning per outing. Yesterday, he was stretched. He came in for a third of an inning, got the guy, sat back down, came back in for the 9th. We worked him. Even people want to say something about Torque. Torque still had a good at-bat and worked pitches out of him. And I have said that, and I will die on this. I don't care if you get out on your the bat. If you work pitches, that's to your team's benefit. And then Rogers came up, Sweeney. Guys, you don't expect at the your 8 and 9 hitters get off. You forced him to throw 28 pitches, and what happened? Home run. Like that to me, I will take a guy who can go over, several innings. Even Rivera back in his day, he'd throw multiple innings if you needed him to. This guy is literally a 1-inning guy. That's not a Cy Young to me.
Well, we all believe in Scuba, and this is what somebody said to say about him too. He's been everything to us. When you hand him the ball, I know that the other 25 guys on the team and the coaches and the managers think we're all going to come out with a win that day. Do y'all feel like that every time you're on the mound too? Chris?
Yeah, it's hard not to.
Yep. He's as close to a guaranteed win as you're going to get. Probably him and Chris Sale, probably the closest to guaranteed win in the league. I mean, by pitcher standpoint, not by team and organization, but if you put him on the mound, I mean, you're as close to a guaranteed win as possible. I mean, he could probably go a complete game every outing if he really needed to, with an occasional lapse, but they don't need him for that.
Next topic, we're going to talk about how does defense play great in tough situations. Where I mean by that, here's a little highlights for the defense and what they did. I know Mike appreciates
this. Is that one's in the air, left center field. Back on it is Meadows at the wall. He leaps in. He makes the catch. Oh my goodness! The skill of the outfield play.
Mike, want to touch the skills of the outfield play?
Yeah, man. It's like he was a big addition getting him back. Like him and Carpenter, like they've been keys to our success the second half and finishing the season and getting into postseason. But we were talking about this on maybe a show or two shows before. Like he has so much untapped potential. Like he could really be an all-star, future all-star, 5-tool player. Like he has so much ability, man. Like not only just the outfield making crazy catches like that, and he's had a few other ones that were even crazier than that. But the speed that he brings, his bat, like he has power. He has power for like 20 plus, 25 plus home runs. If he can get the batting average and bring all that together, man, you could easily get 5 tools out of him, and he could be an all-star.
Chris, your thoughts on the play?
Yeah, we've discussed this before. I think he's a star in the making. I think he has potential for 30 stolen bases and 30 home runs. He has potential to be there. I mean, I don't know how much power because he hasn't played like a full consistent season. And he hasn't worked on that. He's worked on getting on base and stealing bases. I could see him as a 30-30 person. Could.
Rich, your thought?
What's that?
Your thoughts on the play?
What play?
That one's in the air, left center field. Back on it is Meadows at the wall. He leaps in. He makes the catch. Oh my goodness!
My bad. I was in the bathroom. But honestly, I was at the doctor's with my daughter because she got pneumonia, so I missed that play live anyways. So I didn't catch it till later. But man, that dude Parker has been fantastic. I've given up on thinking like it's not ironic that the Tigers are well above 500 with him in the lineup for all he does defensively. Big plays he's been in as far as either scoring, stolen bases, hitting, whatever he does. He's very valuable to this team. He's one of the our valuable players. Nothing he does anymore surprises me. He puts himself in great position defensively. And he's a gazelle, man. There ain't no other way to say it. He's a gazelle.
He always talking about.
Yeah, we got enough sample size. I was just looking up in the background. We are 54-28 with him in the lineup.
Yep.
That's well enough sample size to determine that he is a big X factor in what we do.
Exactly. Nope, I agree. And as far as the topic goes, and how's our defense? Our defense has played well. I mean, we get key double plays when we need to and stuff like that. We do make special plays. We don't have nearly as much lapse in defense as we used to.
Speaking of the special play, double plays, the double play you speaking about when we was in a tough crucial situation with runners on the corners, one out.
Skubal deals, bouncing ball, got a chance, got to hurry here. Sweeney to second, out there, throw to first, and a double play. Tarek Skubal gets another double play to end an inning.
Double plays. They was making huge double plays in clutch situations yesterday. Chris, your thoughts on our infield play?
I've said it already. I mean, that's how a team works. not every pitcher can pitch a perfect inning all the way through. He's going to have lapses. He's going to have times where he just his pitches are just getting hit. That's the way it goes. People are going to get on base, and a team's only as good as the defense. And if we have a good defense behind our pitchers, it mitigates a lot of the runs scored. So that got us out of the inning. So definitely that double play, and there was a previous double play too.
Mike.
Yeah, pretty much is what Chris just touched on. Like that the pitcher is great. Like we said, should get Cy Young AL award. Should get that for the American League. But you're as a pitcher, you're just as good as the defense behind you too. So that includes the infield and outfield behind him. Like everybody stepped up this season. Like even players that came up or young players or whatever, where we were told, defense are going to be a negative. They played fairly well, like for the majority of the season. Like, have we had defensive lapses here and there, like every other team? Yes, but it has never been a liability all season.
Absolutely. Rich, your thoughts on the infield play?
Man, our infield play, to be honest with you, I don't want to be a homer and say fantastic all year because we've had mishaps here and there, but it's been pretty solid. I think Sweeney, he might not be a Sports Center top 10 guy, defensive player, top 10 plays of the night type guy, but I think he makes the plays you need to. I think Colt Keith has done, made the plays when he needed to. I can go on and on. I think they make the plays that they need to. So really, it does not surprise me, man. Our defense is something we hang our hat on. I think that's another reason why we've been pretty solid all the way from catcher play to infield play.
Mute play.
I'm sorry. I think our catcher, defense, our infield, and outfield, I think all our defense has been solid. So I pressed mute.
Yeah, that's one thing we didn't shout out. We definitely got to shout out Rogers because Scuba said it on his post-game interview. Like, he doesn't have to think much out there. He just has to throw the pitch. Like, Rogers, man, he's been calling great games no matter who's out there. Like, that's one thing you're going to get from him. Like, even when he's not hitting with the batting average that some people want, like, he's still making plays behind that plate that just go, what's the word? Like, he doesn't get all the credit he deserves defensive side of the ball. And that's from him calling the game, and that's from him throwing people out, like just being smart and heady.
Yeah, not only that, the other thing that Skubal does that I've noticed is that he's a quick pitcher. He gets the ball back, he's immediately ready to pitch again. And I think that is good because it means that the batter's got to be ready a lot quicker. He doesn't have time to think about it. He gets quick to his pitch. So he has to the batter can't be lollygagging, or otherwise he'll pitch the pitch. So I think that's good. Plus the pitcher, instead of having to stand on the mound and think about things, he just goes to work immediately. And a lot of times that works better for muscle memory when you're throwing your pitches, because you're just up and you pitch. You're up and you pitch. You don't up. Let me check the base runner 400 times. Okay, there's too much thinking involved. Then he just quickly pitches, and I think that works so well, and it keeps the batters having to be ready all the time.
Let's talk about the play of the night.
There goes, pitch is swung on, a high fly ball to right field. This one is gonna fly! A 3-run home run! Kerry Carpenter! The Tigers up 3-0 as Carpenter, an emphatic, towering fly ball home run.
Your thoughts?
He was all right.
Mike.
I was gonna let them two go because they saw it live. Like I saw it in the chat when they was talking about it. But hey, man,
So-
that's
Oh,
yeah.
it
You
was,
go, Rich.
oh, go ahead, Rich. You go first.
You want to go, Mike?
Nah, I let y'all two go first. I'll go last.
Yeah, so I actually made it home just in time for my daughter's doctor's appointment and caught it live. Man, he had a great at bat. He took the first two pitches, were outside at 100 miles an hour, fastballs, which he only threw 2. And then he tried them with a couple sliders, fought them off, and then finally got it again. It took him deep. And to be honest with you guys, Kerry Carpenter is our only true power hitter, to where every time he comes up, he's a threat to go deep. Even though Riley Green led our team in homers and RBIs with 24 and 74, Kerry was hurt for quite a while. Kerry is our really only true power hitter that is a threat to go out at any time. And
you're right, Rich. He is. He's the only one that in our entire lineup that you have a concern that he could hit the ball of the park on any given at bat. You're right.
So, that was a great at bat he had. And shit, man, that was fantastic. And Bo Brisky, I know he has started and closed. I think he's more of a high leverage situation guy myself. I know Mike gets worried when he starts the game as an opener, but closing, or you got men on and no outs or whatever, dude's pretty lights out, man. So I felt really calm. That was a nice game.
I like Vest. Vest's a really good pitcher too as well. Yeah, the Kerry Carpenter, it was a nice hit. I watched it live, so I mean,
I did too.
And a lot of people in like group chats and stuff on Twitter were like a lot of people didn't like when it was hit, it was gone. Like if you didn't know it was gone when he swung on that pitch, I don't know what to tell you. Like a lot of maybe they're just Twitter trolls or whatnot, but they're like, well, it wasn't a guarantee it was out. I was like, dude, that was a no-go. That was a moonshot. It was gone. Like
everybody knew it was gone. Like the umpire knew it was gone. The catcher knew it was gone. Class A knew it was gone.
Everybody knew.
Everybody knew that was gone.
Yeah,
you could hear it. I mean, you could hear it off the bat. Like they said, that's the most exit velocity that he's given up. So I mean, that was a no-brainer. Like you didn't have to look and see, oh, is it gonna get out? That was a no-brainer. You could hear it by the ball coming off the bat.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny as Class A gave up 3 runs to us, and he only gave up 5 the whole season. So that just goes to tell you how good we played.
All right, our final topic before we head out of here. The series is now headed back to Detroit. Is Comerica Park gonna be rocking or what, man? What you think the crowd gonna be like, Chris, when we play Game 3?
Well, I mean, I went to the last game for Miguel Cabrera, and that place was packed. Like there were sporadic seats, but it was packed, and that place was loud. Tomorrow, it's going to be even. It'll be deafening. It'll be really. I don't know if there's a word you can put on that, but it's going to be rocking. Let's just put it that way. It's going to be
louder.
Bananas.
Game in Ford Field in 32 years or tomorrow? I said, what you think is going to be louder? First playoff game in Ford Field in 32 years or tomorrow?
Well, okay. So the acoustics in Ford Field are different than Comerica Park because it's not a dome. The dome holds the noise in. Plus, there's a lot more. I think that there's more. I think you can fit more fans in Ford Field than you can in a Tiger Stadium. I'd have to look it up, but I think you can. And the NFC Championship game was, or the our first playoff home win, that was so loud I could barely hear myself. I don't think it's going to get that loud, but it's for Tiger Stadium, or for Comerica Park, it's going to be blistering. It's going to be loud. Be very loud.
Rich, your thoughts, and we get the mic.
Yeah, I think Comerica Park's going to be rocking. And we were talking in the general chat yesterday. I think it was Cross was talking about how tickets were like $149 or something like that for the upper deck. And it literally like 15, 20 minutes later, they already went up like $40-$50.
Yeah, they were putting in 70. You're right.
So respect to the Lions. We know we love our Lions. The Tigers playoff tickets aren't high demand right now. That's the hottest ticket in town.
Yep.
The Red Wings, they respect that. They pushed their their season opener back an hour to 7 o'clock, I think it was, or 8 o'clock, something like that. They pushed it back an hour. So like, that's the one thing about Detroit. When you're not winning, unless you're the Lions, because we love our football, it seems, but when you're winning, Detroit is out there to support. And Comerica is going to be rocking. And at this point, I think we're all idiots if we question anything Hinches does. We might have little small groups and disagree at sometimes how he does an opener or where he puts a 20 or 22-year-old rookie pitcher or whatever. But usually whatever he puts his fingers on, it works. So it's hard to question, man. And what this team is doing, this is one of the best teams I've ever supported overall. I'm not saying talent-wise, none of that. I'm just saying just pure team. This is one of the best teams I've ever witnessed, just as what they've done as a team. I don't want people to get me wrong. I'm not talking about talent. I'm just talking as pure team and how any day it could be anybody. Other than Scooble, we really don't have no stars. I mean, if you want to say Riley, but is he really like a star, like a Soto or a Betts or Otani or a Harper or any? No, he's not. Scooble is really your only star, and it's everybody else. And on any given day, you don't know who's going to show up and be the star of the game, player of the game.
Mike, your thoughts?
Well, like Chris was saying, I don't think it can be as loud as Ford Field because Ford Field, you got a dome and you got more people packed in. But it's going to be loud and audible. We're going to be able to hear it on the TV. Like, we haven't been in the playoffs in a decade, so. And we got to remember the first round was all in Houston. As a wild card team on the road, you play on the road for all 3 games if you need to play all 3 games. So we've played 4 playoff games. This is going to be the 5th one, and we're tied up with Cleveland. This is going to be the first one the home crowd can actually support their team at home. Like, they've been at Comerica Park on these road games, watching them on a monitor. They're going to actually get to see them play live in front of them for the first time this season. And like I said, for the first time in a decade. So that's going to be huge. It's going to be loud. It's going to be a huge pop all throughout the game. And Cleveland, they better come prepared because if they go down 2-1, they're in grave danger and all the pressure will be on them. Because like Hinch has been saying, nobody expected us to be here. Nobody picked us to be in the playoffs. Nobody picked us to be competing in the division. When we were about like 9 games out of the playoff race with a month or so to go, everybody was like, we're dead. We're not. It's no way in the world. And then we just flipped it, turned it around. So it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge for the players as well. They're going to get a massive boost because they feel all the energy, but they're going to feel it for the first time in the postseason, actually out there. Like, they've been doing this on the road this whole time, man. I think home is going to be a massive boost.
Like you said, I mean, fucking around, let the Tigers get hot.
Yeah, it's
and
funny.
also, I want to touch on one other thing, like Rich was talking about, like Detroit sports, like Detroit, period, one of the best sports towns, if not best sports town. Like, we support all our teams. It don't matter if you're winning or losing. We supported the damn Pistons last year. We almost lost 30 games in a row. We still finished.
We all
we
did.
still finished, I believe, 15th in attendance.
Yep.
So a team that won 14 games, they play 82 game seasons. A team that won 14 games still finished 15th in attendance. You got teams that was doing much better than that couldn't even do that. So, yeah, as far as sports in Detroit, they're synonymous. And like I said, we're one of the best, if not the best. We always support. Now, if you win it, you're gonna get a lot more support. But that should tell you something. Team wins 14 games out of an 82 game season, and you're still top half in attendance. That's ridiculous.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I look at it this way. I don't like to say anything or assume anything, and I'm going to be very, very brief because I don't want to like jinx anything. But we could literally not leave home. Just put it that way. It's a 5-game series. We're 1-1. We have 2 at home. You do the math.
And put that comment back on the screen because that's a fact right there from Jeremy. That's a fact. Like, we are a mid-major market, and with the teams coming back and winning, like we got Detroit, 3 of the 4 teams are doing well as far as winning, being in playoff contention, being close to being a consistent playoff contender at least. Pistons, they got some work to do, but we support our teams. Like these other teams that they run to LA, they run to Vegas, they run to all these big cities and whatnot. They don't have half the fans we do. Like we got real hardcore fans. Like our fans show up to the games, not only to the games to watch, but they show up before the games even tip off or start. Man, we're in the crowd. Man, you don't see it like some of these other states where they're paying to the crowd 20 minutes, 30 minutes, maybe an hour before the game, and hardly anybody's in the seats and in the stands. Like that's ridiculous. That's not Detroit.
No, we travel well. Even when you go outside of the state. I mean, last year. Now, I mean, I've been to several games, even when we weren't doing well, outside of the state of Michigan, and we're still like a third of the crowd wherever we go. And even then,
I couldn't know that. Well. And these games are not even away games. Like the game against the Cardinals, like Cardinals has a silent count. Like Kyler Murray, they can't even hear anything. That's how loud we were out there as Lions fans. It was tons of Lions fans in Arizona. Just like Chris was saying, last year Tampa, same thing. Tons of Lions fans out there in Tampa. I've been to other away stadiums, and trust me, we travel well. I always see a gang of Lions fans. I don't care where I'm going. It's a lot. And we travel. Not only do we support our home base in the state of Michigan, but we support on the road games. We go out and we show out.
Yeah, you've got groups of people that go to every single game. I mean, I'm sure every fan base has them, but I think our fan base, I'm not going to say ours is the best, but ours are one of the top, I would say top 5, if not better, fan bases that travel to every single game, not just our home games and not just a select few away games.
That's win, lose, or draw. It ain't no bandwagon. Ain't no what's the word I want to use? There's no bandwagon or front running over here. We support win, lose, or draw every franchise.
Yep. Yeah, I've been doing it for almost 50. In fact, what's today? The 8th. In 2 days, it'll be 53 years supporting the Lions. So, I mean, I've been through some terrible years. Still watching him every single Sunday. Nothing changes.
Coming up.
Huh?
Yeah, birthday coming up.
Maybe.
even going back to April with the draft, like the draft was phenomenal. Like we broke all the records attendance. We was all there. All 3 of us on the screen right now. We was all out there.
Yep.
Like, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing to see.
Yep. I mean, and it just goes to show. And yeah, I know it's the amount of attendance has gone up consistently over the years, but I dare next year. Which city has the draft next year? Does anybody know off topic?
It's Green Bay.
Green Bay does?
Wow.
I dare Green Bay to get more than 775,000 fans in attendance in Green Bay. I dare them. I want to see them get 800,000. Prove me wrong.
They won't
I
do
would
it.
love to see it. I don't think you will. Oh, wow. No way. Oh, he did? Okay. Greg Landry.
All right. Y'all want to do predictions before we head out here?
Ugh. Predictions?
Nah, just win the game, man. I don't got no prediction. Just win.
Just win. I just win 1-0. Look, we could have gotten 1-0. We'd have won yesterday. Just win the game. Take it game by game, but win tomorrow. It's a big day to win tomorrow. We're at home. We should have the crowd with us and the momentum. I mean, we need. I would like to see our hitters get more consistent. That's for sure. But they're a good pitching ball club, so you got to give them credit. Got to give them credit where credit's due. They throw good pitches. I have to give it to the umps with an occasional bad call, and I'm talking very, very few. The umps have been very fair in the series.
Yes.
I mean, there's been one or two outside and low, and it is what it is. And in fact, that very last pitch that was very low, he called it a strike.
Yeah.
It's a strike. I mean, it's the last pitch of the game. He probably wanted to get out of there. I wouldn't doubt it. But there was a pitch earlier in the game that went Cleveland's way. So I have to give it to the umps. Have been very fair in the series so far.
All right, it's reached that time. Where are we getting this show? Chris, let them know where they can find you at.
Yeah, on X or Twitter, whatever you choose to call it. It's Crazy Hockey Fan. I'm also Crazy Hockey Fan 1 on Instagram, and you can find me. I have my name on Facebook as well.
Mike, let them know where they can find you at.
On X at @1pride_JR.
Rich, we don't know where you at.
Rich and Phil, y'all.
And you can find Richard Riggs 928 on X. I will be the spokesman for Richard at this moment.
Rich can't hang, man.
Y'all can find me at Neil Green on Facebook and right here.
If y'all was watching our stream on Twitch earlier, y'all would have seen Rich getting his ass whooped on college football.
Yeah, he got rolled and smoked really bad.
He got smoked.
Rich, let them know where they can find you at.
And don't give out your gamer tag, man. Don't do that
Man,
to
he
yourself.
gave out his whole address on the NFL show, so it don't even matter, bro.
Hell no.
Hey, y'all gonna be quiet so I can talk or what? I can't yell over you. I can't talk.
Yeah, why you put your whole address on the internet, man?
On the show. Let them know they can find you at, Rich. You don't say your address.
Yes, I dare you if you want to. Come on. Detroit forever, baby. Detroit for everybody. I'll cut you and slice you. I might shoot you. Never mind. Hey, Richard, you can find me at Riggs928 on the X.
We send him to church on Sunday, man. We out.